Hello, my name is Mary Bruno, and today I'm going over my oral presentation for my ethics and sport class, being about teamwork. On the first slide, you can see it talks about how talent wins games, but teamwork and intelligence win championship. That quote was by Michael Jordan, who is arguably one of the greatest basketball players to ever play the game. As a volleyball coach, I can see more how teamwork can affect a group. You have 6 players who are in a 30 by 30 area. That involves communication, that involves teamwork, and it's what sets apart the good teams from the great. As you can see, I've chosen my character topic as teamwork. Especially since I am in season now, I believe that this is a very key and vital piece of information that a lot of people need to know about how important it can be to make or break a group. The definition of teamwork is cooperative or coordinated effort on the part of a group or persons acting together as a team or in the common interests of a common cause, or work done with a team. It allows people to come together and work with each other to obtain results that cannot be accomplished alone. The picture that you see up there it goes, teamwork is the fuel that allows common people to practice uncommon results. It brings people together from all walks of life to one group with one goal. Sportsmanship and teamwork go hand in hand. You must be able as a group to work and accomplish team goals. Goals are made in faith in what could happen with hard work. To me, that is what teamwork is about. It's about trusting your team to be able to accomplish anything. This video here is a really great video. For a volleyball coach, I love to show motivational videos. And this one is from the University of Southern California. In this video, it talks about and shows what can happen when a group of individuals come together and compete. It's about having the will to win and having that competitive spirit as a team. Now we ask, why is teamwork important in sports? One of the key factors that goes into why teamwork is important is cooperation. Teamworks help to promote cooperation among athletes. Teamwork and not just talent working by itself. Cooperation means putting differences aside for the greater good of the team. Sometimes you may not get along with all of your teammates, but once you step foot on that court, you are not just a person. You are a part of a greater good, and that is a team. The next step is confidence. Teamwork can help to build confidence. Being able to be confident in yourself and your teammates requires teamwork and a certain level of trust. You must be confident enough to trust in your teammates when the pressure is on. Confidence is working together as a group for a common goal. One of the last ones that I think is accountability. Being on a team helps to promote accountability. Teaching groups to be accountable for their own actions is hard. They have to realize that they affect not only themselves, but their teammates as well. Personal accountability for their actions with the team. On this slide, you'll see a great clip from a great movie. You talk about Rocky Balboa. And while he is a fictional character, his fight and perseverance are something that anybody can model after. This clip talks about when you get knocked down, how you respond. And I think this has a lot to do with as a team, because it's not all going to be, as he calls it, sunshines and rainbows. You will face adversity. It's how to work through that adversity as a team and using teamwork. It's battling together because as a group, they will learn that they can accomplish much more as a team than as individuals. On this next slide, it talks about why teams fail. One of the first things they talk about is lack of team cohesion. And that comes down to not treating members as equals, including all teammates. They're more interested in me than we, the glory for themselves instead of for their team. It's about them playing for the front of the jersey more than the back of the jersey. And that they're to be more interested in the scoreboard than the scorebook. Sometimes there's arguments among teams. There's divisions. There's a lack of communications. Captains or coaches can help be responsible for that, for not taking control and acting like leaders. gossip, or it happens to be cliques where people are not inclusive. And if there's an issue, talking to the person themselves rather than talking behind their backs. On the next slide, it talks about we belong to each other. This one comes from a little bit about everyone on the team belongs. It doesn't matter whether you're a star, starter, a manager, a coach, or a trainer. This is who we are. Regardless of our structure, we have to belong to each other. This is also at the level where you get sometimes a lot of differences based on socioeconomical backgrounds, where they come from, their level of education. Taking a group of 15 people and making them a team is not easy, but this is where they have to understand that teamwork is key to making everything work. All other categories are meaningless. They have to be able to buy in that everybody belongs. And our next slide talks about how we need each other, and that the team is a very complex organism. They are interdependent, which means no team can function without their teammates, especially in a team sport such as volleyball. You have 6 people on the court at one time, and they cannot function without somebody else, especially when in volleyball they have 3 contacts, which means you literally cannot work without your teammates. There's also sometimes it's like you have people who have a case of arrogance, or they carry themselves, and that can actually be detrimental. You want people to be confident, but with team and teamwork, that you have to have everybody fully engaged, whether they are the most talented or if they're not, because that can cause divisiveness amongst a group. The next part that we like to talk about is how everybody affects one another. A team is one. They have to think about it as we instead of me. And that sometimes is difficult for people, especially for me at the college level, at the junior college level. I get kids that are from small towns. I get kids that have been the big fish in the little pond their entire life. And relying on somebody else in teamwork is not necessarily the easiest thing for them. They have to understand that they practice together, they play together, and they win or lose together. That I got this from a book, and it says, don't give your all to the game, give your all to the team. They belong to each other. They need each other, and that is what teamwork is about. This is a great picture of celebration as a group. I really like what it stood for, especially for in my sport. And this quote is something that I got through our teaching character through sport book. It goes, when you share a common direction and rely on the strength of each other, you can get where you are going quicker and easier. That is another version of what teamwork is. So in conclusion, I want people to remember that teamwork is coming together in the beginning and keeping together in the progress. Working together is success. According to Bruce Brown, again in the Teaching Character book, great teams are made up of athletes who have given up their quest for individual glory and have willingly and wholeheartedly embraced the character traits of a team player, and who have fully committed themselves to the group effort. Being a part of a great team will be the athlete's best memory, and building those teams will be the coaches, which in my case is me, greatest legacy. Well, that concludes my presentation about why teamwork is so important and why it's such a quality character point. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for taking the time to watch.